pop in here before the official video, and initially I was planning on putting a cinematic here, and I referenced that cinematic in the videos to come. So I just want our whole family has come down with the plague, quote unquote, and I'm not going to get around to doing that. So the choice was to either delay this for like a week or go ahead and put out the videos. So I'm going to do the latter. Just wanted to recap what I was planning on doing, just story-wise, with the Marlow Stingrays. Is that last battle? There's really two key points I was going to point out. One, we really took a lot of casualties in that fight. It was like 80 some injuries, and that isn't even counting the fatalities. All said and done, it's over 100. So it's actually for the Marlow Stingrays, for such a small unit, it's not really familial, but just imagine where you work. If you work somewhere that has 300 people, just imagine like 100 of them just being gone or hurt. It would be impactful to you and generally the company itself. The other thing is, they're near the end of the fight. We kind of had that little sally out of with the Wasps and the Vindicator and the Pegasus and so forth. I ended up kind of crediting that with Harewood, and I referenced that in the video to come here. And the story was that JD, while he was kind of drawing a lot of fire, his radio got knocked out, and as things are closing in, it was really on the knife's edge. Harewood's the one that kind of rallied everybody together, just did this one final push that kind of spooked the enemies, not knowing what exactly was going on, while all of a sudden they're just pouring out of the city street, and that's what caused them to actually rout. So I deal with that in the video, and you'll see what I did. So I hate not having the video, the little mini video before the official video. I was really looking forward to it, but I just can't do it, and I want to stay a little bit more consistent with my videos, so I'm wanting to get one of them up a day. So that's kind of what I'm working with right now. Hopefully I'll feel a little bit better, especially since I still need to. I think I got 2 more in the can here, and then I still need to do the next battle. But give myself a chance here to rest up and get this medicine to work. It's mostly a cold and cough and so forth. You probably can hear it in my voice. But, well, let's continue on with the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Megamek with Marlow Stingrays. And we're getting ready to move on to the next battle. I've already gone through and done a lot of repairs, as you can kind of see on the sidebar here. And wanted to look at a few things. As you can see up here, I've just added the new thing to our quick reference guide, and this is going to be the infantry support areas. And first of all, you can see I've added artillery. I don't have any artillery yet, but I'm just adding that just basically for future use, because I don't know, I think I misspelled that somewhere, but anyway, just basically for future use, because I'm wanting to actually change up the way I'm assigning infantry to like the different companies and so forth, and I'll go into that in just a minute. Search and rescue is the same, defend is the same. Loot I've changed slightly. It used to be basically up to this point, if you roll a 1, you lose the squad. I've changed that to I lose 2d6 soldiers. I never liked that, just losing a complete squad just randomly. That never sat well with me. But this way I might actually be tempted to try to do this. And recon I've changed completely. It used to be, you roll a 1d6, and on a 6 you can choose to just win a battle, just bypass the battle and declare to win. I don't like that, and I think, matter of fact, I think with the aerospace stuff, I need to actually add the aerospace stuff down here, because I think I got it in a separate text document. But the aerospace fighters on their recon mission, I think I've got it designed. Let me just pull it up. Why not? I'll do that. There we go. Aerospace rules. Recons, let's roll. Actually, I had the exact same idea. I can re-roll the opposition. Well, honestly, I kind of like that better anyway. So, that is what I did with the infantry. If I roll a
6, I can reroll the enemy for one battle, and if I do the reroll, I can choose to keep the original result. So basically, it's kind of like roll 2d6 or roll twice, keep one type deal. I might change aerospace. I've not been doing anything with aerospace fighters either, and mainly because I'm not happy with the rules. Well, it's not so much I'm unhappy with the rules. What I'm unhappy with is how I resolve the rules. Like the status quo here, I take damage even on nothing. So what I'm thinking about doing actually on these rules is for the like the no results, taking out the stuff where I take damage. Like here, I take 20 damage just for not even. It's not a failure. It's not a success. I think about just taking that completely out. I think I'd do that with all of these. Well, I guess recon I didn't, but air superiority I did, and ground support I think. Apparently I only did it for this one, but still, you have to do air superiority before you can really be successful in these two. So that's why I've really not been doing it, because actually applying this damage is annoying. I need to either figure out how to write a program or something. I need to streamline this somehow. So that's why I've not been using my aerospace fighters. I want to. Ideally, I would be able to actually do like. And I might do that, with you guys. If any of you guys actually know the aerospace rules and want to actually do like a skirmish, I can basically, instead of like doing the air superiority roll here, just play it out, So, and then the result would be, positive or negative. I would basically, if I played it out, I wouldn't ever have this middle ground. I would either succeed or fail. So. Food for thought. I don't. Most people don't know how to use the aerospace stuff. I barely know how to use it. So, if you're interested, just let me know. For now, let's get back to what I was talking about. The infantry. I'm thinking about changing that up. But the thing is, I'm not going to do the redo of infantry until after the contract. It's kind of an in-between contract type thing. So, for now, we're just going to leave it as is, and I'll just keep, having my ideas percolate behind the scenes. I need to fix some of these guys. Like this guy, I need to actually put a commander in charge of this unit. Other than that, I mentioned in one of the battles that I was kind of wanting to change up some of like these rifle platoons. They aren't very useful to me. So let me go ahead and go into that a little bit. The rules for it. And this is why I made this, is because I had the rules pulled up and just decided to go ahead and do that. That's something I've been meaning to do anyway. The rules for it are right here. Basically, all I have to do is I have to buy the equipment, and there's an availability rating. But Mech HQ actually streamlines this quite a bit. So, for example, these rifle platoons, if I want to buy, for example, this rifle platoon 2, let's say I want to change that to a laser. There's actually two ways I can go about it. One, I can actually physically buy the rifles and then go into infantry here. Rifle platoon 2, go into customize, choose a refit kit. Well, SRM's the only one available, but I can do it that way. I'd have to go buy 8 SRM launchers. I guess they got rifles as a backup. Or is their primary? I don't know. It's not really clear here. But that's one option. That would only cost $26,000 to do that upgrade. Or the other option is to go up here to purchase a unit. Let's go into infantry. And these are all the infantry units available to me. So that's a rifle foot platoon. So let's say I wanted to change it into a laser foot platoon. I would have to pay $35,000, and it has a TN of 3. So I know I want to do that. So let's go ahead and buy one. He succeeded in the roll. The equipment will be delivered in 5 days. And what I will do is, you'll see here, it's added it to the queue as it's in transit. Once I do the trade-off, I'll delete the old one or sell it or something. After obviously moving all the troops over. Now, the limiting factor here is my troops. By rule, if a unit is damaged, like some of these are damaged. has fewer than their full complement. Pretty much all the red ones. Like this one has 24 out of 28. By rule, I could just right click and hire full complement. It would just automatically hire 4 more dudes. However, I've lost units, and as you saw, this last battle, I took casualties and fatalities all combined. I took over 100 casualties. That's kind of mind-boggling. I mean, to me, obviously these are all numbers and whatever, but to me, I need to pause for a second. All right, sorry about the interruption. It's work calling. We're into overtime, and we're trying to get somebody to cover the overtime, and it's me that's working it, so they're actually trying to get me off early. It's kind of a double-edged sword. I kind of want the overtime, but I also kind of want to be off. So it's kind of one of those things. I'm going to have to show up anyway for 4 hours at least, and if somebody shows up to relieve me, then great. I'll come home and play video games, and if not, I'll just stay there and collect the overtime. So anyway, back to this. What I was talking about is technically, like, each turn is only like 10 seconds in real time. So just to me, it just kind of actually doing the math, seeing the numbers, it really kind of brought home the destructive potential of like mechs and whatnot. I mean, it's just the carnage these things cause. I don't know. It's a minor point, but it just kind of was a cool thing for me when I was thinking about it. Anyway, all these people that don't have units assigned, I'm going to use these first. I'm not just going to right click and like fill these, and then all of a sudden I just have all these extra people, which technically I could just go buy equipment for. I use these guys first, and it should make it turn it into a situation where I don't have. Well, what it'll do is I'll have. I've got 3 staff sergeants. I need to move one of them down. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted by stuff I'm seeing on screen here. But once I fill up all of my squads, if I have enough extra troops to actually fill out a new squad, well, platoon, then I will go ahead and do this. But that's not going to be the situation here. So basically, I have to have like 21 extra soldiers just kicking around randomly for this to actually happen, which can happen, but it will be rare. But I don't want to get into a situation where I just buy stuff and just get new infantry basically free of charge. The mechanic where if I don't have any extras and I come back damaged, I will go ahead and fill the squad out. But when in the situation like this where I actually do have extra troops, I will use my extra troops first. Lost 3 squads. Actually, might have lost 4 squads. One of these guys might have died. But in fact, I can look. Why not? Apparently I've lost a 2nd lieutenant. Where did she die? Oh, she was part of that foot platoon. Oh, the one in the collapsed building. Oh, speaking of collapsed buildings, once Joel Hodgson is recovered from having a building fall on him, let me see if we find him. That was Stingray Company Heavy Lance? No, it was Manta Company Fire Lance. I'm going to change this. Actually, this is going to be like training lance or something. It's going to be a permanent training lance. I might trade out the commander, but it's just always going to have rookies. As you can see, I have already Thea. I went ahead and put her in the javelin because she lost her locust. Cisco, I put in the Crusader. Harewood, I put in the Phoenix Hawk, and there's something additional I want to do with him. Is in the little cinematic you saw me actually kind of attribute, the sallying forth and rallying the people. What I want to do is just give him a free skill in leadership, and this basically kind of in the future I can turn him into an officer or something like that. I mean, it's nothing specific he did in the battle as far as obviously I'm the one controlling all these guys, but just kind of a little story thing that after I did this story, I thought, you know what, that would be kind of cool to do. I'm going to just leave it at level 0, but he does have it. He has the potential. There he is. And anyway, going back to Joel, is the he's in this wasp, which I am repairing, and he's going to be out for a while. He's out for 20 days. I punctured a lung, dude. But I'm going to go ahead and, well, go to him. I'm going to assign him to this falcon, and the reason I'm pointing it out is the falcon, and it is an upgrade. I don't need to do rules. There's nothing wrong with the falcon other than it's damaged. Let me just double check that before I make that gospel. But I don't think there's any quirks to this that would change, make him not want it. But I was looking at a picture. I didn't know what I've never heard of the falcons before, and I was looking at a picture of it. And at first, I thought it kind of looked like a floppy-eared dog. And then I got looking closer at it like later, and it kind of has, at least in like the face, part of the face, a passing resemblance to Crow T Robot. So I couldn't think of anything more appropriate than to put Joel Hodgson in this thing. Oh boy. I got distracted again. What was I talking about? I don't know. Infantry stuff probably, which is probably really boring because other than base attacks, we don't really use them very much. Although they came in, they're probably the reason I won that last one. That's probably no shakes about it. As far as I'm wanting to redo the infantry a little bit. I'm thinking about also redoing how I do vehicles, but again, that will happen between contracts, which we are still in the contract because we won marginally. So let's go ahead and move on here. I've vamped. Other housekeeping stuff. That primitive wasp, I went ahead and sold it. I said to heck with it. And I was going to order something else too. I also sold the salvaged. I forget what it was. It's probably up here. I remember the heavy AP. I remember removing the ammo, and then that's all I wanted off of it, and I sold that. Didn't I? I meant to sell it. Yeah, sale of wasp, sale of... It's not showing up here, but it showed up over here. I'm pretty sure at the time I noticed my money went up, so... And that for a primitive mech, that was actually worth more than I thought, especially since it was lost an entire torso, but... well, I guess it shouldn't surprise me too much, because if we go over here to our normal wasps... There we go. They're worth, well, I guess not that much more. But more. And they're useful, a little bit more useful than that thing. But that speaking of useful things, again, something else I'm reminding myself. I was looking at our tanks. I've been carrying around this coolant truck, which it's not hurting anything. It's mothballed. I'm not actually trying to maintain it or anything. But other than having a lot of armor, which I tempted to remove and keep, I'm probably just going to go ahead and sell this thing too. I can't imagine myself ever using it other than such a dire emergency that I'm going to be hating life anyway. What was I looking? I was looking for armor. We have 463 tons of armor. So 463 times 16 is 7,414. We have that many points of armor. I think we're good on armor. I'll still go ahead and hold it on to it, but it may come time. By the time the contract ends and we're moving ship, I might sell it before transport, just to save just that little bit more on transport costs. Let's say we push the advanced day button. Oh, unmaintained units. Okay. Graphics. Sure enough. Well, but some of these are mothballed. Let's go to as general. There we go. Oh yeah, our new Pegasus. It's completely repaired. Let's go ahead and put... You're not busy. Miss Camacho. I think I was going to do like engineers and scientists names for our techs. And then, well, anime stuff for our tanks and so forth. I've not got around to do that. Do our mechs have any unmaintained ones? Yes, the Falcon does not have a maintenance guy. There you go, you can deal with that. Alright, now can we push the next day? Part not found. Jump jets. 5 days for the Falcon leg. People healing. Getting XP. We fixed an arm. Let me see our repair bay. Don't think there's anything we can do yet. Other than, well, this right... No, we can't do the right arm because the torso's gone. Shadowhawk is... We're waiting on a leg still. Angel... We're waiting on... Oh well, I need to change the name. This is his Wasp. Do I have the right arm yet? The torso is damaged. Let's see here. Replace arm. Scheduled, okay. And repair torso is scheduled. So yeah, they're being taken care of. We should have room opened up in our infirmary now. Well, one. Thea should have been healed. The rest of these people, I had to really juggle all these around because I had people with like punctured lungs and missing limbs, and then yeah, here's this guy with a boo-boo, and I kind of traded them out. But as they open up, I can put these people back in. She was the least injured. She had like one bruise for like 1 day. I wasn't even initially going to put her in, but I finally, by the time I got it all done, there was like room for one person. I said, well, she's a mech warrior. We're going to go ahead and deal with that. That's right, infantry. I don't care. No, I do care. I really do. Oh, which reminds me, I was going to do something else purchase-wise. Purchase unit, infantry. Now here, I want to get an artillery piece. And artillery is expensive, but I do want to try. There's also a, what was it, a field gun, which looked really cool. It's, I don't know what an LAC is. I assume it's light autocannon 5. But it's basically a gun, field artillery. You know, how awesome is that? And then it's got this particle cannon support. It's from, I mean, it's available for sale, but it's from like the 2500s. I don't know. I'm assuming I could get it. But it's all motorized and such. I'm getting distracted here. There's these two, and they're specially named things, but I mean what they are is artillery, mechanized and missile. This is be the Thumper, and this is what the Arrow 4, yeah. Which I'm not even sure if I can get ammo for this stuff before I. Well, then again, I'm not technically going to be using the ammo for it. But still, let me see if I can order purchase parts, ammo, ammunition. There you go. What about the Thumper? Thumper ammo, 6+ to get. Yeah, apparently I can get it. Oh, sneeze coming on. Oh, I'm sorry about that. So let's go ahead and try to purchase that. It's going to cost $1 million, but it will give us an artillery piece, and I'll just change one of the other rifle platoons over to it. Thumper isn't really all that great, but I kind of want to play around with it. 6 in, not found. Okay. Well, but he will find it eventually. And that's 24 people. I'll trade over a rifle platoon over to this and call it good. Then the other thing I was going to do with one of our units, I'm not going to do it on camera here, but I'm going to change one of our, maybe even the rifle platoon that I'm buying this equipment for, to the laser stuff. I don't know. Actually, I was kind of thinking maybe doing something different, but one of my platoons, I'm going to go through all my entire infantry list, find the people that either A, already have anti-mech, or B, have enough experience where I can give them anti-mech, and make an anti-mech squad. Not done it yet, but that's kind of in the future. Let's go ahead and push the button again, because we'll get new battles and personnel market, which is always fun. Part not found. Failed to replace the leg. Did fix the torso. And in 13 days we will have the artillery piece. Cool. Let's go up here to personnel market. Did I get anybody? An aero pilot. Did you come with them? You did. Sounds good, man. You are hired. Cost me $1 million to get him. That gives us 2 squadrons, if I remember right. Oh yeah, I need to go back and... Ah, shoot. I need to apply Joel to this and remove this. He missed out on XP. Oh well, he probably would have missed out anyway because he's near dead. I need to go through all this experience stuff anyway. I'm looking for this. Did we get any battles? We did. An extraction. As the defender. When does this happen? Friday, I think, if I'm doing my... Friday or Saturday? Might be Saturday. Light fog, calm. Who's doing it? Oh, Nikita Lance, the Manta Company. Okay, that's my Warhammers and so forth. So defense, and they are in defense posture. I think that means I can use some infantry with that. Yay! Whoever's still alive and ready to go. It's going to be pitch black. I might re-roll that. Well, I'll decide closer to time here. We've got a friendly Phoenix Hawk. Enemy is going to be... Okay, apparently they're trying to extract. So this is the stuff they're trying to extract. Some APCs. A bunch of APCs. And they have an Oscil. Really? Wow. Manticore, SRM carrier. A Banshee. Kind of a lighter vehicle squad here. That Banshee, wow. I don't even remember what an Oscil is. Let's look it up. Pretty sure it's a heavy. Oscil, what is it, 40 or 4D? Large lasers, medium lasers, and a couple of rear phase. Okay, that isn't bad. Decent armor, except in the arms, but it doesn't need armor because there's nothing in the arms. This is all torso. Those things look weird. I'm pretty sure they're from like Robotech or something like that originally. Well, let's not get too deeply into that nonsense. But the whole Ost series always looks really weird to me. But they do seem to be effective. What's this other one look like? PPCs, just 2 PPCs, and not enough heat sinks to fire them. Don't really have a whole lot of heat sinks to get crazy with this. Before a, what is this, a 60 ton mech goes 5.8. It's actually pretty quick for what it is. So it's traded firepower for speed. What's the other one thing? We got a Banshee 3. I think we know what that is. AC5 PPC is smaller. That isn't too bad. Very heavily armored, as you would expect a 95 tonner to be, and it actually is pretty quick for a 95 tonner. relatively speaking here. The rest of the stuff is just what you expect it to be. All this light BS, and then the SRM carrier, that could be very, very dangerous. But what's the rules here? I should close that, please. Thank you. Wetlands, pitch black, which means it must destroy all enemy civilian units and 1/3 of the other units before the turn ends. And I control the battlefield after the battle. Cool. I think I'd have to look at the rules, but I think there is a special thing where it may just be for the attacker. Well, let's go ahead and look instead of trying to guess. Extraction. Yeah, it's only if you're the attacker. If you successfully extract your unit, you get a random bonus. But we won't get the bonus, but we will get the salvage, regardless if we win or lose. If the player is the attacker, it's basically the opposite, except the AI has two more turns to kill me, basically. Alright. That doesn't sound too bad, and Makita Lance is actually probably one of my stronger lances, so... Got this mechanized tracked platoon. Archer, herbs. Archer's pretty nice. And then you got the 2 Warhammers. And being on defense, undefense posture, I can add a infantry here. But we'll do that closer to time when I actually got a squad together.